Hello, everyone. This is Independent Conservative. Thank you all for joining once again. I hope you guys have had a great Thanksgiving and happy to be here again talking to you about these issues and so forth. You know, it's really crazy. But I want to talk. I want to talk about something that caught my eye, and I'm going to read you guys this article. But it's about Trump ending all migration from third world countries, and the attempt is to reverse Biden's auto pen admissions. So I'm going to read you guys this article because I really want you to hear what this is all about. I really want you to hear the details and perhaps the ramifications of this. I'm pretty sure the left is going to be in a hissy fit, mainly because they just hate Trump. Okay, that's basically what it's all going to be about. But yeah, he tends on ending all third world countries migration to America. And now, whether or not this can be legally done or not, who knows? I don't know. But let's get right into this, and then we're going to get into our discussion, which is not that easily analyzed. Okay, President Donald Trump has unveiled plans to permanently halt migration from third world nations and roll back millions of Biden-era admissions, including those he blasted as illegally authorized through Sleepy Joe's AutoPen. The sweeping initiative, still waiting formal orders, would strip federal benefits from non-citizens, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport foreign nationals deemed public charges or security risks, all under a bold, quote, reverse migration strategy to restore America's system. Now listen to this. In a late night post on Truth Social, President Trump announced he will permanently pause migration from all third world countries. Now, here it says permanently pause. And in the first portion of the article, it says permanently halt. I mean, halt means to stop. Pause not, In other words, if he's pausing it, it's not going to be permanent, okay? The indication or the suggestion is not going to be permanent. But me personally, honestly, I'll give you my opinion anyway. You might not like my opinion. You might deem me whatever, but it is what it is. Me personally, I have a different view on it. Anyway, the president said he will terminate all the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's AutoPen. The move by Trump follows the assassination of West Virginia National Guardsman Sarah Beckstrom and the violent assault on fellow Guardsman Andrew Wolf. Now, I honestly did not know anything about this. I literally just found out about the assassination attempt of these two National Guards people several days ago. I knew nothing about it. But when I heard about it, the first person came to my mind was Charlie Kirk. And it's sickening. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm just going to go on. I'm going to go ahead and continue to read this. This is sickening, man. It's sickening. The suspect, 29-year-old, I can't pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try to pronounce the person's name, was admitted to the U.S. following the Biden administration's disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan under Operation Allies Welcome. So what this article seems to be suggesting is that the cause of this was under Biden's administration. It's interesting how Republicans and Democrats, when there's something negative, they always blame the other. It was the Democrats that did it. No, it was the Republicans that did it. No, the Republicans did it. No, it was the Democrats that did it, But anyway, this heinous assault was an act of evil and an act of hatred and an act of terror, Trump said in a video on Thanksgiving night. It was an act against our entire nation. It was a crime against humanity. Absolutely. This attack underscores the single greatest national security threat facing our nation. The president continued. We must now re-examine every single alien who has entered our country from Afghanistan under Biden, and we must take all necessary action to remove any alien from any country who does not belong here or add benefit to our country. We're not going to put up with these kinds of assaults on law and order by people who shouldn't even be in our country, Trump added. I agree. What reason would I disagree? What reason, in my opinion, would any human being who values human life disagree with? I mean, other than the fact that you just hate Trump. I mean, what? Come on, man. What's right is right. What's true is true. But anyway, let's read on. Senator Tommy Tuberville echoed the president's thoughts, adding in a post on social media, quote, "We must immediately ban all Islam immigration and deport every single Islamist who is living among us just waiting to attack." Oof, that's rough. Those are some harsh words. But I'm assuming that the person that took this woman out or tried to assassinate these two National Guardsmen, were maybe perhaps extreme Islamists, was an extreme Muslim, I guess, but they call that extreme is, I can't say it. I have a lips, so I cannot say that, but you know what I'm trying to say, okay? You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's so I'm taking that this article is suggesting that this is what this person that tried to assassinate these two National Guardsmen, and unfortunately the female passed, it was. Okay. Yeah, let me continue reading this. Freezing up on me here. Oh, it says, in his social media post, Trump said, "We will remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States, or is incapable of loving our country, in all federal benefits and subsidies to non-citizens in our country, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non-compatible with Western civilization. These goals will be pursued with the aim of achieving a major reduction in illegal and disruptive populations, including those admitted through an unauthorized and illegal autopan approval process. Only reverse migration can fully cure this situation," he concluded. End of article. And I believe, and correct me in the comment box below, I believe that this same kind of process took place earlier in America. We was involved in, I think, World War II. I think it was World War II. It wasn't Vietnam. I think it was World War II, where the American government was basically scoping out, Japanese Americans in America because of I think it was Japanese Americans. Please correct me. I don't want to misquote this, but I believe this whole migration situation and sending people back to their original homeland happened earlier at World War II. And I think it was in reference to the Japanese. It wasn't the Japanese, it was the Koreans. It was one of those Asian ethnicities. And they were having trouble with the American government, or the American government was having trouble with them, or a combination of both, where during this war they felt like some of these people were terrorists or whatever, or was trying to do something to undermine the country. So they was thinking about trying to send them back, or at least isolate them from everyone else. So it seems like here, this may be a similar situation because of the fact that this young lady, I was reading another article, in the same news source that stated that the female guardsman died. She actually died from her wounds. So this attempt from Trump may be his reaction, or clearly, I won't say maybe, but it's clearly a reaction to what happened, okay? Now, somebody may read that as Trump being emotional, okay? He's being emotional, and regardless of whether or not you perceive him as being emotional, you have to understand where he's coming from. That's number one, because I'm pretty sure all of us would feel the same way. But also, we got to take in consideration that Charlie Kirk was done in the same, kind of like the same way. He was basically, unalived because of his political beliefs, and perhaps some may even say his Christian beliefs. Being a Christian, and him being a Christian, I would go as far as to say it was also a combination. It was also his spiritual beliefs as well, his Christian beliefs as well. But anyway, the point is that we've already had someone whose life was snipped away from him due to his political beliefs and worldviews. And now here's another person who has their life taken from them, more than likely because of their political beliefs or their affiliation with the Trump administration and what Trump is trying to do in terms of migration and so forth, and dealing with the illegals and so forth. But so some people may interpret that as him being emotional. Now, with that being said, the question that I asked earlier in the introduction of this video is any of this legal? We'd have to find out, because I don't think it's made into a law yet. It's not made into a law. This is just something Trump is proposing. But I'm going to say this. Me personally, as an American citizen, I really don't care, because I'm American. It does mean whether or not they want to get rid of every and limit all migrants from third world countries from coming here, it means nothing to me. It really doesn't. If anything, and let's be realistic. If we really, let's be realistic, man. Let's keep it 100. Most of us here as Americans who were born in America, whether you was black, white, doesn't make no difference. If you was born here, you an American. Okay. Let's keep it 100. Okay, let's be real. None of this stuff will affect us necessarily. Okay, if these migrants from other countries are trying to come over here, and this actually is passed into law, and their interest into this country is very, 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 very limited, if completely wiped out at all. Okay, what's it to us? What's it to us as natural born Americans? If anything, it benefits us, because now we don't have to compete with other migrants and illegals with getting jobs. We don't. I believe a lot of Americans have been brainwashed and conditioned by the radical left to feel sorry for migrants and foreigners and people that don't even belong to the country that come in here. Think about this. You're going to feel sorry for illegals, people, and I'm speaking for illegals. I'm not talking about those who come in here legally, but obviously illegals, because this is a major issue under the Biden administration, something the mainstream media didn't want to look at. You're going to feel sorry for people who aren't supposed to be here. We feel sorry for them. That's like me having a house or apartment and somebody come in my apartment for whatever reason, unbeknownst to me, they make the entrance into my apartment, and I feel sorry for them. You know, I feel so sorry for you, man. I feel sorry for you that I had to kick you. Look, these people that's coming in my apartment without my knowledge, without my say-so, because I'm talking about without my knowledge and say-so. I ain't talking about me consciously letting them in, because if I consciously let them in, that's an act of kindness. But if you in my house, if you come in my house, either breaking in my house or whatever, however way you want to do it, you break in my house, and I find out after I come home from work or whatever, you in my house, I'm not going to feel sorry for this person from entering into my house or my apartment because they have issues, they don't have no place to stay or whatever. I'm not going to feel sorry for them. You broke into my house. You broke into my apartment. That's illegal. That's wrong. And then get mad at me when I want to put you out. You broke into my place, Dumbo. What do you expect me to be like? Oh, the love of God, love you. Oh. I'm not going to do that. The Lord may do it, but I ain't going to do it. You getting out of my house. I might give you some money on your way out, but you're going to get out because there's plenty of places that these people can go rather than breaking into somebody's houses and apartments talking about some, you need to take care of me. No. But you get my point. You get my point. The same principle here. Okay. I believe a lot of Americans, native-born Americans, have been conditioned to feel sorry for migrants and to feel sorry for illegals. When in reality, if that conditioning process wasn't there, they wouldn't care less. Because it's going to benefit all of us. If they get, how's it causing a problem for you? Think about it, man. Let's be realistic. Let's stop playing games now. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Let's be real. Stop being so disingenuous. Okay? Let's keep it. And I'm going to say it because I deal with it all the time here in my own city. Okay? When I'm ordering something from Uber or whatever, you know, 'cause I don't feel like when I order some food, whatever, a significant amount of times, the person that delivers my food don't even speak English. They speak no English. They don't. They be like, huh? It. And I'm at first I'm wondering, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just telling you this is how they act, man. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Well, Mr. Bowler, you're the man. Stop it. This is reality. I like to be real. They be like on their phone, hey, Vicky, man, what is you talking about? And I'm trying to figure out what they're saying because they can't speak English. And this has happened quite a few times, and I get sick of it, actually. Because what is happening is the companies or businesses or whatever hires these people because they don't have to pay them anything. They're slave wages. And that's why they hire them. They do not hire, man, they don't hire these illegals or these people that can't speak English. They don't hire them because they feel sorry for them. Oh, I love you. I love you, poor illegals and migrants. I love you so much. You're one of me and I'm you and you're me and we're all together. That's a bunch of bull crap. They hire them because they don't have to pay them anything. They pay them slave wages. Quit playing games. So I'm sitting up here trying to figure out and decipher what they're saying, and I can't because I don't understand what the freak they're saying. So let's keep it 100. If we be honest with ourselves, we don't care. As native-born Americans, we don't care if they ship them all the way back to wherever. What is it to us? Now, if I'm an illegal, I need to be scared. I need to be looking around. But I ain't no illegal. And I'm going to assume anyone that's watching this video ain't no illegal. And you ain't a migrant either, more than likely. And if you is, you here legally. Because you ain't going to be wasting time watching this. You not. Okay? So that's what I wanted to say, man. I wanted to make that comment because I just want to be real about it. At the end of the day, someone may interpret that as being harsh on Trump's part. Man, that's harsh. But how is it harsh? How is it harsh that he's proposing this to limit or halt all migrants from third world countries from coming here? Or at least pause it. How is that too harsh? How is it? And I'm all for people coming into the country. I'm all for that. I don't have a problem with it. You know, I'm pretty sure people that's watching this is black saying, well, you should not have a problem with it. Your ancestors came here by force. Yeah, my ancestors came here by force, but let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. We're going back to the 100%, keeping it real thing again. How do we know that black people, how do we know that our ancestors were slaves? Is it possible that some of our ancestors were the slave holders themselves? Because history shows, although the liberals won't admit it, that many of black people back in those days owned slaves. In fact, one document stated over 2,000 blacks owned slaves and hundreds of them during slavery. Boom. So how do I know, or anybody else that's black know that's conflicting with what I just said, know that your ancestors was a slave? They could have been a slave holder. But anyway, I digress. You know, why would it be an issue for us? Why would any of this be an issue for us? It would not be an issue for us. Okay? So to deem Trump as being unkind and unloving and uncaring, I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think it's going to benefit us if such a proposal actually comes to pass. It's going to benefit all native-born Americans. And people who shouldn't be here shouldn't be here. If you coming from a terrorist country like Afghanistan or whatever, and they have these extremist radical Muslims over there, they don't need to come over here, because the truth of the matter is, in places in Europe, this has happened in the past like 10, 15, 20 years, in places in different countries in Europe, when the borders were left over. Because see, these open borders is not the only issue here in America. It's all over Europe. Open borders, yeah. Makes you wonder, right? Why are people in Europe having issues with open borders? It's because it's a plan. It's a plan, a covert evil plan. But anyway, I ain't going to get into the detail of that. A lot of these countries in Europe are being flooded by Muslims. And many of these Muslims, many of them, I didn't say all of them, I said many of them are extremists. The Shiite Muslims, they're extremists. And they've been known to RAPE women, unalive people, assault people, all kinds of stuff. with other European women. Okay? This has been reported. So what are you supposed to do? Feel sorry for these people? I feel so sorry. Just let them come over here anyway because I feel so sorry for them. No, 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 no. No, cut it off, cut it off, cut it off because I ain't having it. And I'm pretty sure any native-born, blood-red American ain't going to want to have it anyway unless they've been so radicalized by the left that they're too dumb enough to see that. Just saying, man. Time out for being stupid. It's time for us to start opening our eyes to the reality of what's going on all over this country and all over the world and get into more, a little bit more into geopolitics and understand what the big picture is. Because if not, we're going to destroy ourselves in this country. We're going to destroy ourselves, man, because we keep letting these people brainwash us and condition us to believe in some crazy stuff. But anyway, that's what I had to say about that. What do you guys think about Trump's proposal? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. God bless you all. See you again.